right, it says we're live.
First and foremost, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect and the sincere Akim, pushing this word, written their lives, and their freedom to do so. This GMS Plaintables camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia, back out here another week to prophesy the downfall of this abominable and wicked kingdom, and to help wake the elect up who have been scattered through the four corners of the earth, mainly here in the Americas, who are the so-called blacks, the Latinos, and the Native Americans, and the speckled birds that reside in other nations that look like other nations, but come from the seed of Jacob. To you we say Shalom. And also a hearty Shalom to the 144,000, the elect men of the children of Israel, who have been slated to be the next judges and rulers when Yahweh shall return to establish his throne on earth. We're in a hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and rightfully so. You know, because 2/3 of our people are too far gone to be repaired, so they had to be eviscerated by thermonuclear destruction. You see, and we in those times. You see, our Lord and Savior Yahushai, he prophesied about, before he was going to come and establish his throne on earth, the condition of the world that the world will be in. Somebody give me Matthew the 24th chapter, the 3rd verse, Public Shah, and everything that our Lord and Savior prophesied about is happening today. And said, those of us that have eyes to see and ears to hear, no, hold on, Ma. Those of us that have eyes to see and ears to hear can basically understand what's going on in the world. We're the only ones that's walking comfortable because we know that it's almost time for us to rule in righteousness.
24?
Yeah, 24 and the third verse.
Yeah, this is the book of Messiah, or Matthew, all right? Gift of the Most High, all right? Matthew 24 and verse what?
3.
3, and it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privily, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Who was that? He? Our Lord and Savior Yahushai, the ultimate prophet, the one who was able to open the book and loose the seals thereof. The ones who know all things. Told the 12. Read it again, bro. I'll read it again.
I got it. Let me read it.
Yeah, read it, bro.
John, this is Matthew 24 and 3. Yeah. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when these things shall be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world.
Tell us when shall these things be, and when basically what's the signs of the end of the world. And that word world is age, aeon, a period of time. You see, the people think when you hear the end of the world, they think that the world is going to be over with, and it's just going to be nothing but earth and ashes. You see, but the scriptures, Ecclesiastes 1 and 4, grab that real quick. The earth abideth forever. So the Lord is prophesying about the end of an age, the end of a period of time, not the end of the world. Read out.
So Ecclesiastes 1 and 4, right? Yeah. There's Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Yeah, the earth abideth forever. Going to that word abide. It means to remain, it means to endure. The earth endure forever. Because when the Lord Yahweh shall return, his kingdom is going to be on earth. It's not going to be in some mystical fantasy world that Christianity teaches talk about and that Islam talk about. The earth, the kingdom of heaven is on earth. Read it again out. Read the definition, Shalakia.
Abideth?
Yeah.
Sounds got it. Go to the Blue Letter Dictionary. The word abideth says definition of the word I think it's a mod.
Yeah, abide.
Yeah, like if you a mod, like remain, stand.
Yeah, kind of.
In Hebrew.
The earth stands forever. The earth is going to be here.
Yeah,
the Lord is going to come back to establish his throne on earth. You see, that word world there means aeon, at the end of an age or a period of time. You see, the Lord is coming to establish his rulership on earth. Go to 4. Read 4. Matthew 4.
You want to read a couple more definitions real fast?
No, you good.
All right.
Matthew, go back to Matthew, bro.
I got a precept to the
Bring it out.
This is a precept to the Matthew. This is the second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measures out the time diligently in itself.
How you measure the time through these prophecies? The prophecies is going to let you know the period of time that we in. That's what we basically breaking down right now. The period of time that we in, that the Lord told the disciples, it's going to be all kind of chaos and mayhem that's happening in the world. And that was the ultimate prophet, our Lord Yahweh Shai. He know all things. So we don't take information from Prophet Muhammad or no Buddhist temple or no pastor in the churches. We take our information from Yahweh Shai. And the Lord revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophet, starting off with our apostles and elders on down, from Apostle to on down. That's where we get our information from. Go ahead.
It says, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I told you before, then thou shalt understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
We happy. We seeing wars and rumors of wars. We hear earthquake in diverse places, pestilences, famine. All those things are happening right now. So we the men of the Lord, we happy because we know our redemption draweth nigh. Read.
I got this in the, here it is. Yep, the second Ezra 9 in the GNT real quick. It says, in the GNT it says, he answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs that I've told you before have appeared, you will know that is the same time where the Most High will bring judgment upon the world he created. It says there will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers.
We have two candidates right now who's basically participating to rule Babylon, was unstable candidates. You have one convicted felon who's basically able to run for president, but if I get convicted of a felony, you make it seem like I can't even get a job. I got a sweep floors, open doors for the rest of my life. But here it is, you got this unstable Edomite, Trump, who was convicted of multiple felonies, who was able to run for presidency. And then we got Kamala Harris, who basically ran as a Indian when she ran for senator, whatever branch of legislation she ran for. Senate, she ran under Indian descent, and now a couple years later she's running under African American descent. She's an unstable candidate. She's a liar. And you have two unstable candidates who running for the presidency of Babylon, which basically is the Titanic sinking. We basically on a ship that's sinking, and nothing that they could do, no kind of policy that they could implement that's going to make the ship sail right again. It's over for this place, and that's what our Lord Yahweh Shah was speaking about on the Mount of Olives to the 12.
Yeah, that guy,
Kamala.
He said that she been asked by like Candace Owens, like different people regarding her nationality and such, right? You know, and she'll say, "Oh, I grew up as a strong black woman." You know, two sisters, and her mom had two daughters, and grew us up as so-called black. And then she says, like, basically, she a certain sect of Indian. And then when you go, her father, I think he's like a high in economics, and
yeah, he's a professor. Yeah,
right, professor of economics. Supposed to be a Benjamite, but really his father. When you go down in the history, Hamilton Brown, which Brownstown is named after in Jamaica. He was a so-called Irish man that owned various slaves and stuff.
He's Edomite.
Yeah, so we believe in the spirit that Kamala Harris is an Edomite. You know, she even tried to, I think she tried recently, I did this video. She just out of nowhere was on one of them shows, and she tried to, basically she was in an interview, tried to make a Jamaican accent, and she couldn't chat patois. So it just kind of like shows you, like, you know, you should be able to easily have an accent of patois if you have a father that's a Benjamite, right? You know, so, you know, it's kind of like a lot of it's not kind of, there is a lot of witchcraft and sorcery, because you have it with most of these people right now. They're trying to really get the so-called African-American vote, right? You see, you got Jake, I was walking up here, you got Israelites, they know this is a very critical election, but they still seeking to these leaders, right? These world leaders and stuff, which are unstable, because they don't give us a firm answer, right? We ask for different things that we want. They can't tell you. They agree and say, yeah, we'll do that for you, but where's the actual delivery of these things? Okay? You have that, Donald Trump, he's talking about some big shit, right? Like we bringing back insurrection acts and, alien acts and stuff, that leads towards, obviously, a prophecy, right? With, sedition, of course, the harsh, draconian measures and such. But both of the candidates are coming because ultimately the elite are coming with that harsh control over the people and stuff. Some severe micromanagement. Hey, for your insurance rates to be low, you better hope that you drive 100% perfect, because that's all going to get reported to the system, because now the cars are all digital. So it ain't like you could go and lie, oh, well, I'm a good driver. No, they're tracking all of your movements via the technology. And that's what we do. So, we got to be looking at, obviously, the big change, right? Hell breaking loose, the signs, because remember the brother came with the Matthew 24, it said, what are the signs of the omens of the Lord's coming? Okay? And we got the big signs right there, man. Speaking great things, yeah, more, with America, the look being more stout than his fellow, America is looking crazy amongst all of the nations and stuff, all right? So, going back to Matthew 24, and verse 4, it says, and Yahweh answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Yeah, those two unstable candidates. Take heed that no man deceive you. Go ahead.
Yep. And that's heavy right there, right? Let nobody deceive you, man, because men can be very persuasive, right? Look at how they coming with you. Like, they coming in your communities, they shaking your head, they come to your jobs. We believe in Hellions, all of this. We believe in you blue-collar workers. We're going to lower taxes. We're going to raise taxes on the rich. Poor are going to get better opportunities. We're going to make sure you get health care benefits and stuff. They're forcing people to get health care. I don't want to pay that shit out of my fucking pocket, man. Because the medical field, hey, they going another way. I got my form of how I like to take care of myself. Why should I be forced to follow your way?
Which is death.
Yeah, which is Mawasa and such, and this isn't medical misinformation. You can do what you want to do. Yeah, you can do what you want to do, But you have it where we're pretty much forced, with Obamacare and all that, all them different policies. You got Americans got to have health care and stuff, and it sucks. I'm tired of that money coming out my check. But go ahead.
Yeah, we voting for Yahweh Shah. We already voted already. We already voted for Yahweh Shah. It's that his glorious kingdom up on earth.
Yeah.
When you put your trust in man, it's basically vainglory. Because all the riches in this world is going to basically end up in our pockets.
Yeah, he said
the forces of the Gentiles shall bring their riches to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. It's a vainglorious kingdom. And all this riches is vainglorious, and it's not going to be able to help you in the day of destruction.
Yep. Well, so it says,
vainglorious.
For many shall come in my name.
Come in my name, saying,
I am anointed.
One of the names that deceives many is Jesus Christ, Jesus Christos, Jezreel Borgier, which is the devil, the so-called white man who erected that image and put it off the four corners of the earth. And Ephraim is joined unto him. When you go to Brazil, they got a mountain-sized statue down there who basically is an idol. And the northern kingdom is clinging to that idol, with every last breath in their body. I was a child in the Southern Kingdom. When I was a child, I remember a picture in my dining room for the Last Supper. Right, the blind eyes. And I got that image in my mind from a child. The image will deceive you. When you grow up as a child, we have that image in our mind, and our people are deceived by the image. But he is the devil, man, the border of wickedness. Esau Edom, the devil, man, the border of wickedness. Esau Edom. That word name in that scripture right there, it goes back to the definition of it goes back to a rank. You know, so when it said that, you know, that people were to come in the that they're Yahweh Shai, you know, they come. Yeah, can we read it one more time, brother?
Yeah, it's Matthew chapter 24, and it says verse 5. It says, "Many shall come in my name."
Yeah, it said, "Come in my name." You go into that definition. It's talk about rank, which you have a lot of people proclaiming themselves to be the one that's going to deliver Israel out of this situation.
This is the image of the devil right here. Right here. He's a murderer. He committed incest. He came from a crime family. This is the devil. The correct depiction of our Lord and Savior can be found in Revelation 1st chapter. We don't worship this devil right here. We worship this image of equal destruction.
Yeah, that word anima is the Greek word for name in that verse. Anima is authority for one's rank or authority, right?
That's what in the spirit. You know, a lot of things that came up, especially in that time, also in this time also, that came up pressing themselves was basically the one to save Israel. You know, one of the things we know is well, today was Kanye West when he said he'd be the one that lead our people out of a hellish state. The Black Panther Party, all these people, they put themselves up as the savior of Israel, basically.
We have men inside of Israel that claim they be the God sent comforter. Where you at in the spirit world?
Garvey, you got a lot of these so-called black leaders, Martin Luther King. You know, even like I said, with this Kamala Harris, she's set in a state like that too. You know, we're not going back, right? We're not going back, right? So she pretty much is telling you that, hey, she got good problems with future expectations. You know, because like I said, you got a lot of the Jake. They got blacks for Trump now. They got Latinos and blacks for Trump, right? So they got these different things, and none of them can really tell us why they are not going blue, right? Or going to the liberal or the Democrat Party, right? But they saying they're tired of what, of course, the Democrat Party got for them, but they just want something else, right? You know, but then you got, like I say, these Jake that's already so-called Democrat and stuff. They just like, look, we not going back. But where we're at, you know, where we're at in this world right now, we in complete chaos right here. You know, you got what, over there in the Middle East, they going crazy, right? You know, with Iran and Israel, you know, and this is like really prophetic, you know, with how the Lord is gathering all the different nations. You got what, North Korean troops being sent over there, the conflict in Ukraine, you know, and like I said, like the apostles be telling us about how these different allies and stuff, and you know, Ezekiel 38, you know, how everything will come and play together. We all know even too, but how the MOTV got to be mandatory, right? You know, before all of these things, but we right on deck and things can switch overnight. You know, with all of these things, you know, you got different things that's going on in the background, you know, cyber attacks, you know, you got different nations is like chanting down Babylon and stuff, America and such, you know, and they different tongue and such, you know. So, you know, we're in a very, very, very strange time, dangerous, perilous times, as the scriptures say.
That's what we're going in Matthew 24th chapter.
Yeah.
Our Lord and Savior talked about all those things that's going to happen before His second coming.
Yep.
Back to Matthew.
So Matthew chapter 24, verse 6, and And it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Yeah, that's what we're speaking about right now. The wars and rumors of wars up here in the Middle East. Amalek is over there basically using that sword that the Lord gave him to put Ishmael and what's the Persians?
Yeah.
Ishmael and
Armenians.
Yeah, put them to death. Genocide before the whole world. Yeah. The victim villain who's able to basically kill at will, make the victim seem like the villain, because he has the power of his tongue. You say when a rich man speaks, you hold your head to the clouds. Because Amalek got control of all the wealth in the world, he basically commit all the crimes in the world and get away with it in broad daylight. And that's what's happening right now. Wars and rumors of wars.
It says all these things must come to pass.
All these things must come to pass. All this wickedness that's happening in the world today, all this death, this famine, this poverty, all this pain, it got to happen in order for the Lord to come back and establish his throne on earth. Go ahead.
But the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. The end of the age, the aeon, the end of the age, the end of a period of time. Because Esau is in control of the world. They say the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. And who are the wicked? The Edomites. They're the ones that's controlling the world today. That's why so much sorrow in the world today. Because the righteous rulers are not in place, to establish order. Go ahead.
Okay. And it says, for nation shall rise against nation.
Nation shall rise against nation.
And kingdom against kingdom.
Kingdom against kingdom.
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
If you don't think it's a famine going on right now, you out of your damn mind. We're not eating real food. They burned down all the food processing plants, over 100 of them last year. The food that we eat now is all chemical based. You got every other day they got food recalls, listeria, and the oodles and noodles, listeria and the cereals, and everything you eat has poisons in it. It's basically killing you. But the men of the Lord, we are conditioning ourselves like Daniel and the three wise children to basically wean ourselves away from this food. Because it says we shall eat our food defiled amongst the Gentiles. Yeah, so it's definitely a famine going on right now. There's no real food here. It's all GMO based. It's basically to weaken you and destroy you. And actually, when you go on fast and you're doing intermittent fasting, you're basically healing yourself instead of killing yourself. You think clearer, you move faster, you sleep better. Try it. Try not to eat for 24 hours. See how you feel. And then continue to do it periodically. Put yourself on an intermittent fast and see how your mind works, see how you think. Yeah. And then when you start to eat the foods again, you'll see the condition of your mind. You'll see that you're feeling like you're sleepy. Your mood will change. Because this food got spirits on it. Because these people that make the food, they sacrifice it into idols. And when you consume it, you're getting that spirit on you. And they don't slaughter their meats properly. You're supposed to slaughter the meat in a certain way, so that way when the animal dies, they don't put poisons in the blood. They don't have fear in it. And emit poisons in the blood, then that poison that's in the blood get inside of you. And that's why you're so paranoid and gaining all this kind of weight, because you're basically eating poison. But we know 2/3 of our people are not going to take heed to this message, and they're going to lean on that broken reed and continue to eat these poisonous foods and basically be destroyed when Yakalba Page shall return. Go ahead.
Yep. Precepts, or just keep going. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 4. I'll just go to the point. Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 13. Yeah, 13. It says, and Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them.
Who are the children of Israel? The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are held captive inside of Babylon. Say they're going to eat our food defiled amongst the Gentiles. What's that word defiled?
Yeah, tamah.
Yeah.
It's in the Hebrew tamah, being defiled unceremonially, ethically. I mean, I could go into it.
Yeah, speaking of defiled foods, me and Ak went to an Indian restaurant on Sunday night. Sat down, was eating, and it felt like something bit me. I told the brother, I feel like I got bit by an insect or something. So I came home later on that night, and I started itching all over. So I'm like, maybe I got bed bugs. my light on. I'm looking on my mattress to see if I got bed bugs, but I realize you can't see like the bed bugs with the natural eye. So I'm like, damn, man, I'm thinking I got bed bugs.
Impure.
But then I took my shirt off and I looked and I saw I had webs on my body. I actually got the hives from eating that defiled food.
Yeah, it says impure, ethically and religiously. Right, the brother was going into, like, obviously, you know, this particular spot we was at, you know, they Elam, and I believe they just subscribe to Islam, so, you know, they obviously offering that to different gods.
Exactly.
Obviously, we pray over our food and such. Yeah, you could just put it aside. Yeah.
The water, bro.
Yeah, and such, but also ethically, they don't. A lot of these different nations don't carry the same hygiene as what we do, as Israelites and stuff. You might go back there and see they fucking dropping meat on a bare floor and just put it on the fucking grill.
It's not even with food. It's with a lot of different things. And I'll just give it a quick testimony. I told brothers last week or 2 weeks ago. I was at a gas station getting gas. And I gave this Elamite my card. And so he put the card in there and he's pumping the gas. And as he's pumping the gas, he's digging deep in his nose, just deep in it, all just like for the time it took to pump the gas. When the fucking pump clicked, I stepped out my car, I said, don't touch that. I said, you've been digging in your nose this whole fucking time. I told him straight out. I said, you've been digging in your fucking nose this whole time. Don't touch my shit. I don't need the receipt either. And I grabbed my card out the thing, out the slot, put it in my pocket, and I fucking drove off. Big towel fucking head nigga. And I told him, as I stepped out, I said, don't touch that. You've been digging in your motherfucking nose this whole time. Don't touch my shit. I'll grab that. These motherfuckers are disgusting. They're nasty. They need rulership. They need governance. They literally heathen. They have no sense of morality, okay? When it comes to the scriptures. The morality in of itself means to decipher between what's right and what's wrong. What's the filter? What is essentially the standard to decide that? The Holy Scriptures.
And even though the Indian food is better than McDonald's, basically it's the best of the worst, it's still defiled.
I'm not fucking right. Yeah, man. Yeah, cause like I said, the place where we at is defiled itself. Okay? Remember, it was been cursed. What? Way back with Kwayan Cain and stuff. Like the earth not even giving forth its full strength. You know? The damn farmers are fucked up too. Like you know how Esau in his food practices, they force you on some other stuff to go abide by their different regulations and stuff. So it actually stops you from doing what you would normally do. Bring an example. The brother had brought, which is a blessing to the brother Yakalba, he had brought some of these are organic eggs. He basically raised them himself, right? Like how the do same thing. With your eggs, you didn't have to refrigerate them, right? Right? Yeah, he gave them to us. But you know, like how you get them real eggs and such, where like, you know, obviously in the United States, our eggs gotta be what? Refrigerated? Yep. Over in UK, I know you don't have to refrigerate them, but the natural eggs and such, you know, obviously they'll tell you, oh, well, now we can't do these. You know, you can't regulate, you know, but it's perfectly fine. You know, it's perfectly fine to consume and stuff like that. But remember, when we in America, we got to go by these American ways and such. You know, so hey, you know, they make a man offender for a word. You know, and it's wicked. You know, because when we go into the world, when we go back into our kingdom, our milk ain't gonna be pasteurized, right?
Well, a lot of times they put those regulations in place because they're not doing it the correct way to begin with. Mm-hmm. So they have to do basically like an overcorrection. Yeah. Where you wouldn't necessarily need to do these different processes. You need to do them because they're doing it the wrong way, which is resulting in these adverse effects. So they need to do these different processes to recorrect something that they've already messed up from the jump, from the get-go. So it's an overcorrection. Whereas if they were doing it the right way and through the standard of the scriptures, you wouldn't have a need for this. You wouldn't need to do all this. Right? So, you know. It goes to show you that we need salvation. Either way you splice it, we need to get delivered out of this kingdom.
Leviticus 25 verse 1. The Lord spake unto Moses in Mount Sinai, saying, speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, when they come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath unto the Lord. 6 years thou shalt sow thy field, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyard, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field nor prune thy vineyard. So from the beginning to the whole beginning of the process of Babylon, you basically sowing your fields in wickedness because you're not observing the land Sabbath. Basically heal itself. Right. You're not letting the land heal itself, so now you got to put all kind of fake seeds in there so it can basically grow.
Right. That word.
Pesticides. Genetically modified seeds.
Yeah.
The whole process in of itself is a deviation from the natural way that you're supposed to do it, because they have to overcompensate for the fact that they're not following the law, statutes, and commandments.
Genes with fruits and shit.
Seedless fruits. Seedless fruits and such. So, obviously these things got powerful properties, but Esau ain't gonna let you have it. Because Esau wants you to go to his doctors and such, his plasterers.
Right. He forces dependency.
Mm-hmm.
He forces dependency.
They tried to get me to get a damn doctor's appointment. I'm like, why do I need a referral just to talk to somebody about my diet? You know what I mean? Like, and it was just nothing but a racket.
Yeah.
Right? And it's it.
A lot of doctors will actually admit that in America, a lot of the times people are overdiagnosed. They're overdiagnosed. Why? Because their policies dictate that they do that. All these different recommendations is to overdiagnose you to keep you coming back to feed the system. That's all it's about. It's not about healing you. It's about keeping you dependent on the system that's keeping you sick.
Yeah, I had canceled the appointment, which I'm thankful that the appointment was canceled. They wanted especially there's a lot of stuff going on with Esau-Edom, man. I looked on even their protocols. They like, when was the last time you got a flu shot? They want to test for different, other different, pestilences that's out there and stuff. I don't want to be sitting there as a guinea pig. Especially, I've been totally fine since, And like I said, we have a different mindset. So I got this precept. Ecclesiastes chapter 33, and this even laying back on another point about different nations too. And Esau is another nation outside of us. All right, remember that children were separated in the belly, right? So one was stronger than the other, right? So going on. It says, Ecclesiastes chapter 33, and it says, verse 8, it says, and by knowledge the Lord, verse 9, it says, verse 10, Ecclesiastes chapter 33, it says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam, or Adam, was created of the earth, right? And you had the Adamites, right? In much knowledge the Lord had divided them and made their ways diverse. right? So you have differences between even the Adamites and such. You know, you got the children of the wicked, the sons of God, which would be the Israelites of today. You know, the children of men, sons of men. You know, and you have it that we're not all the same and such. You know, you got it. You know, you go to Ezekiel, tell you how the other trees in the garden envy actually the chosen, which would be Adam. You know, that the Lord gave statutes and commandments to. You know, so you know we different. Like how the dude digging his nose, right? He said he's digging in his nose furiously, and he ended up. He think it's nothing to hand and give you his hand and stuff and exchange different things, but that's disgusting, and that's a way of also what's that to be able to transmit different diseases and stuff from another person, you know, and especially a heathen, you know. I don't know what the hell he got. In his greatness, and the length of his branches, for his fruit was great waters. The cedars in the garden of power could not hide him, right? You know, and you had it like amongst, you know, obviously going to the dark sands, men were as trees in the garden, you know. So when you go back to the garden, okay, you had what? You had other people, right? And really, when Adam took a part of that philosophy from Eve, right? What ended up happening? They end up going off, you know? Going on. It says
Right. You had Satan.
Yep.
Serpent. He deceived Eve, and then Eve turned around and manipulated Adam.
There you go with that witchcraft right there. That's his noise. Right? Ain't no stopping this now. No, America about to get destroyed. America about to get fucking destroyed. He playing that dumbass music with that cheap ass fucking music. That shit sounds so cheap.
Gonna take over.
Right, the teams.
This week, in my opinion, something that was missed is you had Eminem represent.
Oh yeah.
And bring on stage one of the songs that was played was "Lose Yourself."
Dang.
Now, part of that song is as we move toward a new world order. That was cryptic, in my opinion, for what they're about to bring, regardless of candidate. Whether Trump or Harris, they're about to bring that new world order in. That was by design. That wasn't. That's what we're about. All these years, people will argue, oh, if you listen to his music, you know Eminem's politics, but we understand the witchcraft that goes on in the media industry. I'm sorry, in the entertainment industry, within the media, and how they work in tandem with one another. All of a sudden, this guy appears at a rally and introduces Barack Obama, and they keep focusing on that song, Lose Yourself, which happens to highlight a very specific, in my opinion, agenda. And one of the main lyrics in that song is, as we move toward a new world order. Right? Because that's what they're going to implement on either side. It doesn't matter if it's Republican or Democrat. That's what that's going to happen. Because they're getting ready to make moves. They're getting ready to make
Zion just came up, and the New York order is a weapon. It means that's what Zion means. So, that's what they really come with. They come in with a weapon, because remember the sword is verbiage. It's gonna make a sword, right? That's easy, right? And stuff, and we not be ignorant of these different signs. Because like I said, they change overnight. Look, you got what is it, 10 days on the election. I'm counting down. I like politics. I like and like I said, this place is about to change. So
to show loyalty to a God. What do you got? A promise, a promise, a dedication, right?
Right, solemn pledge, right? Go back to the land, right? Which promise to a God, right there. So, the God that you said we going to know, basically giving a promise to a God, which is a false God. These different spirits, right? They're false powers, right? So that's idolatry, I don't know if any of our brothers remember what Camilla name mean, really? If any brothers remember, I think, what was it? Yeah, it was like a certain, yeah. Oh, the Siva John, oh yeah, yeah, so she got a good Norman Omen, right? She's destructive. Y'all bringing in a damn death demon and stuff in the damn place, which that's biblical prophecy, Like I say, hey, see who they bring in, but hey, speaking as a man, I think she might be in there.
Well, there's a podcast, I think it's called the Timcast RL, where he had a guest on that was high up in rank in the government, basically saying that whoever wins, if Trump doesn't win, he believes he's high in government. He believes that we're going to see a lot of up to 1,000 political unalignments if Trump doesn't win. Trump doesn't win.
Like honestly, man, with this whole politics shit, like I want to look a little bit more into it because I don't know if y'all brothers been getting like random spam calls and stuff like that. It don't even, like, at this point, they don't even care who you're voting for. They just want to know if you're voting. Yeah. How many people come to you? Are you voting? What the fuck does it matter? Right. They want. I honestly believe, and I got to do a little more research. I really believe the reason why they want to know if you're voting or not. They want to know if this democracy is still like, still be twisting the people. Yeah. Because if they start losing that, if they start to realize that people like just don't fucking give a fuck who's in office, the whole structure will start to fail. They need to make sure that the illusion is still there, the illusion of choice, people are still, bought into this fucking politics system. But the more people I think just stop giving a fuck, and the more people are like, I don't give a fuck who's in office. You have two dumbasses that we have to vote for. I think it's really gonna set the tone for where America stands at. I think that's one of the main reasons why they just care just so much if you're voting. Who fucking? What does it matter? Yeah. If you tell someone you ain't voting, it's oh my, you gotta vote. Yeah. It's your right. Like it's my right not to vote too. Yeah. Why can't I exercise my right not to vote? Meanwhile, every time you vote, don't fucking matter anyway. Right. First off, here on this side, we know it's a whole nother thing. But let's just play devil's advocate for a minute and say, okay, maybe I know that America may continue on. Like, who cares about vote or not? Like, these fucking people, they've been constantly talking about what they're going to do for the country, and they're not ever going to do shit for these.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the other thing they say. Like, and then you'll hit them with that. You'll hit them like, well, my one vote doesn't matter. Like, oh, but if you're like in a swing state, and that my one, the one vote matters all about the electoral cost of how many votes are in that state. Now we could say that we are considered Pennsylvania considered one of the swing states. Like, so you could say that Pennsylvania, like your vote could matter. But if you're not in really one of the swing states, they basically your fucking vote don't matter.
Yeah. Like New York, like big state, Cali got a lot of electoral college votes and stuff. That's why you can win the popular vote, but bring it lose the actual election. Yeah. You know, remember Al Gore back in what was that? 2000. Yep.
It's all the whole political system's all bullshit. All right, and I think that there's a heavy reason why they just want people to vote. Like they didn't really know, they didn't want you to register to vote. They want you to be part of their freaking the philosophy of voting.
Bringing up a lawsuit against the Biden-Harris administration because they can't account for 400,000 voters. They're actually requiring these people to prove whether or not legally they were able to vote, and they're not helping with their inquiry.
And honestly,
so now they're suing them. 400,000 unaccounted votes that were put through that they're saying were not justified because there was no legal credential to justify them casting the vote in the first place when you go into the story. But I think that's a sign of the fact that this thing ain't really gonna happen. That's just my opinion. That you would never hear something like that in years prior. You would never hear something like that.
They already tried assassinating the president, which hasn't happened. An actual assassination attempt. Yeah. It's not like they apprehended this guy. It's not like they apprehended this guy in some what's that movie with what's his name?
Remember Joe Biden had been seen for fucking weeks on end, and he just makes random guest star appearances. And he's supposed to be the acting president. So they're turning this thing. They're turning this thing into a fucking circus.
Yep. Yeah, they actually fired a shot at the president. Shot somebody in the like that. That wasn't like an assassination. Some Minority Report stuff where they stopped the shooting. They literally shot at the dude, man. Like that hasn't happened since fucking an actual shot attempt. Fucking almost like so. The point is like if something like that happened, something like that hasn't happened in a while. Mind you, let's know what happened last election where they stormed the fucking Capitol. Yeah. You know, do shit on the damn desk and they stormed it all that.
They do have the election. At the very least, they're undermining.
What's gonna happen?
They're undermining the election.
Oh yeah.
Because people aren't really confident. They're not sure. They're not able to trust the process. They're bringing all these unsureties into the equation for a reason, because they're going to essentially use it against the people for whatever they're going to intend to do next. So we're just watching and waiting to see exactly what they're going to do. But we know it aligns with biblical prophecy, right? We're in a state where basically Satan is divided against Satan. When it comes right down to it, that's what we're seeing. The whole structure of America is collapsing in and of itself. There is no unity here, right? They can't agree. The structure in of itself is very weak. And so we know that they'll never let a good crisis go to waste. So at the very least, we see that much. We can see how they're undermining the process that they want people to be so invested in. They're undermining it on every side. With Kamala Harris being the incompetent individual that she is. Donald Trump just recently went on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
It's just... Joe, first of all, Y'all know Aiden Ross?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Donald Trump doing on a podcaster's YouTube channel doing all this bullshit? Like, they're making mockery of the same system that they want you to invest in. So at the very least, they're undermining this entire process, and you have to take under consideration what would be the reason for that. They're telling you the system is a joke, at the very least. And yet you have all these people buying into it. I speak as a man, I still believe, I still hold that this thing might not go through. With all that we see going on, as many people are buying into it as they are, there's a lot of people that realize this whole fucking thing is up. The jig is up. They realize they can't trust either candidate. They can't trust us, but that would be something that they would want people to do in the first place, which is why they would undermine it. We'll see. I'm not saying that's exactly for sure, but we're weighing it all out in the spirit and waiting to see exactly what they're going to do, but it's some things to consider. At the very least, you know what this does fit? Satan be divided against Satan. What the fuck is an attorney general out of Texas calling a fucking lawsuit against fellow Edomites?
Bushwick.
If not to destabilize and bring more unsurety and uncertainty in terms of this election process. That's a division. It's a major division because the only thing that the American people have right now is the voting process. And this idea that they're going to be able to get somebody in office that is going to represent their values. Go ahead, brother.
Kamala Harris says she's going to have the National Guards and Army set all over the United States because what happened with when they stormed the Capitol, that can happen all over the United States on Election Day. If somebody president lose, that they want to win.
Yeah.
So they're going to have national
because that's going to
guard.
happen on the other side. It don't even matter. It's going to happen on the Democratic side, and it's going to happen on the Republican side. Because these Republicans, these conservatives, they're not about to have another 4 years of the liberal, blue, Democrat, LGBTQ. Yeah, they're not about to have that. But similarly, they're not about to have the Republicans in office because they've already associated anybody that votes for him, right, as someone who votes and supports a criminal. With all the indictments that he was under the last year. There's total division going on. Go ahead, brothers. Scriptures. Let's go. Hold on. Salakia, hold on. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 19 and 2.
And this Bible shall break it down as we go down.
Come on. This is Isaiah 19 and 2. And it reads, it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Woo! And they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. Yeah, and basically the Egyptians, the modern day Egyptians, is the Edomites, man.
Yeah. Americans,
red cities, you got blue cities, right? So, and the brother said, like, you know, I was looking at some stuff like, you know, if you have a Trump sign in your front yard, they're fucking slashing tires or vice versa, right? You have the Kamala Harris, and these Trump supporters are slashing motherfucking tires and stuff like that. You know?
And you know, the other thing, because it's city against city, and it's a neighbor against neighbor.
Yeah.
You just give that example in the spirit. But even more, like, because you said in the spirit, Texas has been wanting to secede from America for like past 10 years. You know, what was that movie that brothers always like to watch? The movie Bushwick. The Bushwick, it was the people in New York was like, yo, what's going on? Are we being invaded by, you know, another
Foreign
country?
callers?
No, they was being invaded by fucking Texas.
Big ass bill,
You know,
man.
Texas came in.
Wasp Bowl?
I don't think
it's the same one.
I don't think it's the same one. That's a different
the same
one.
one.
That's a big ass one.
Yeah, that's a big ass one.
That's the biggest wasp I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, he's chilling too. I think it's a wasp. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, there's been a lot of movies out in like the last, I want to say, 5 years or so that like when it comes into like any type of invasion, like oh it's got to be foreign, and it's actually never foreign. And a lot of times these movies that they portray, it's like internal affair deal. The movie they thought it was like from outer space people coming in, and they actually like fucking people and shit. That might be a different place.
Extrusion? But it had the Issachar boy and the one joke dude trying to find out they were really, and he was seeing basically flashbacks and stuff basically.
That's a small point. There's a reason why that, because they know that division is going to happen, man. It's going to happen. They're not saying the opposite. They're saying the point. Like, definitely going to see him. If everything went normal in this election, like it would be out of character. For the way things have been happening, progressing years and months, it just would be strange if we had a normal election, normal person gets elected, and everything goes normal. That would be strange. It's very likely that something's going to go all out chaos. Something's going to happen.
Basically went doesn't win. They already said, because you can go to different videos, they already believe that the election is going to be rigged. So the election is going to be rigged. They said they're going to take it into their own hands, and we're going to have a civil war.
Yeah. You know what they did last time? What did they do? Exactly.
They said take America back. That's one of the slogans for Trump.
Yeah, take America. Yeah, that's the slogan for this year. Because when his first reign was "Make America Great Again," his slogan this year, take it back. So that's the mindset of the people right now, and that's what goes into that Egyptian being against the Egyptian. Edomite is going to be against the Edomite because of their moral differences.
Yeah, and the Democrats, they got theirs is we're not going back. That's their slogan. We're not going back. Build back better with they side too. But yeah, that's true. So, we pretty much can expect some all hell breaking loose and all of that. I'm on how they feel. People are pretty pissed off on how this country is going. They like the country is shit. Like I can't do nothing. It's not that sort of America anymore. So yeah.
Every city or house divided against itself should not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How should then his kingdom stand? And the physical avatar, the physical incarnation of earth. So if Esau Edom fights against Esau Edom, that their country, their own establishment, their rules going to collapse. Like they go.
It's all prophesied in the scriptures.
Yep.
We started the stream off with talking about our Lord and Savior, Yahushua, said on the Mount of Olives, told the disciples all the things that's going to happen before his second coming. And kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation. And all those things are prevalent today. And those of us that have eyes to see and ears to hear, we understand what's going on right now. But the rest of the 2/3 of our people are walking in gross darkness and basically going to lean on that broken reed and vote for those two what we spoke about the characters, flawed characters.
Yeah, two.
Who was Donald Trump, who was basically a damn felon.
Yeah.
And Kamala Harris, who's a damn fraud and a liar.
They gave
claiming to be two different nationalities. So 2/3 of our people are going to lean on that broken
Total
reed.
incompetence.
Yup.
Mrs. Word Salad herself.
Yup.
Yeah, psychopath.
Yeah.
Then you got and then back to his point. He was saying like in the movies how basically like you have people that look like normal and they was like basically like end up You have also where people came in this country, all the migrants. They're here and they were saying like a lot of these different migrants are like military age men.
Right. Which by the way, that's a code word. When you look at the word migrant, it can mean as an individual moving from one place to another to pursue better opportunity. but one of the source definitions is literally animals. Beasts. When you look, you got it? Oh, go ahead and read that. So that's a code word. They basically calling these motherfuckers animals without even y'all realizing it.
Well, and you can tell because the way that Donald Trump talks about migrants, he does talk like, you know, every time they're coming into the country, they bring in drugs, they being criminals. Yeah.
The R, I can't say the R word. Yeah. You know what the R word is?
Grapist?
Right, grapist.
We gonna put a G on it?
Yeah,
exactly. 100% taught to treat them like animals, like they ain't real people.
Yeah.
So,
Kind.
The word migrant in the Google, it says as a noun, a person who moves from one place to another, especially in order to find work or better living conditions. Then the second definition is an animal that migrates.
they just calling you all animals.
Yeah.
That's why they calling y'all migrants.
Yeah, Donald Trump said that you, but Haitians, he said y'all eating cats. They're eating the dogs.
Yeah.
They're eating the cats. Right? They made a song out of that shit too. But yeah, man, you know they look at you.
That's going to show you that Israel's not a nation not desired.
Yeah.
Y'all animals. But y'all are really in the state of fucking brute beasts. In all actuality, you know, save the elect. But you know, we on to Esau and his code. Yeah. He using migrant for a reason. When they keep repeating that word, because they're really casting spells and they're talking to other elites.
Yeah,
We're gonna have these beasts come in, right? We're gonna do it this way. That's they talking in code to signal what they're about to do. Because remember, they keep everything out in the open. They hide things in plain sight. Because they look at the general populace as basically incompetent, useless eaters, and useful idiots. Because that's what they've reduced y'all to. They've exposed you to GMO foods and entertainment, bread and circuses. They're not worried about the average person because y'all y'all fell for the okie doke. Y'all fell for it. Y'all nothing more than useless fucking idiots. You're competent enough to get up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning and go work your life away. Come home, watch fucking sitcom, NFL football, binge watch Netflix, log online, scroll through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then turn around and repeat the same process day in and fucking day out.
Which also goes into why they are propping up content creators, because I looked up the word. Spirit told me to look up content, the word content, which goes back to goes back to satisfaction, which goes into basically.
Which is why I slack you, brother. They can bring Eminem on stage, which Eminem is known for throwing up the mano cornuto, the horns, right? Now I know they say, oh, Dabaq threw up the horns. He sold out. So he's known for doing that, right? Especially when Rap God came out, he was doing that a whole hell of a lot.
Yep.
They bring this nigga on stage, play Lose Yourself. He exits the stage. This demonic ass nigga Barack Obama gets on stage, starts rapping Lose Yourself. And like I said, the main point in that song is as they move toward a new world order. That's all cryptic. That was all. They were literally telling you what they're about to do. They literally tell. Even Donald Trump is guilty. Not guilty. He is fucking guilty. But he does the same thing.
That's right.
I was saying it as a form of a, general expression. He's guilty of this. He did the same thing in a lot of his different rallies. Speaking in code.
That's right.
Talking about what he's about to do.
Well, that's what I said. When we go into that work, as those segments,
Yeah.
into the word
Slack,
content,
yeah.
which goes back to satisfaction. But brother, can you look up the words satisfaction in Entomology dictionary real quick?
This is why they're able to do stuff like that, and y'all can't put it together. What was the point of bringing this guy on stage, of all people?
That's right.
They could brought anybody on stage, and they bring they continually are bringing these celebrities on stage. That's not by coincidence. Right. Well, look, it's a model to use the influence that they have to get people to go a certain way, but they're also speaking in a code simultaneously while they're doing this.
That and content. The word,
Content?
yeah. So content and the word
Content first?
Yeah, content first, and then satisfaction. You know.
Alright, so content goes into right to be at rest or to be satisfied. It's from the old French contenir, which means to be satisfied. It means to be contained as well.
Yeah. So content creators are to satisfy the satiation of people. You know, so they give you what content to be focused on instead of the real actual things that's going on in society. You know, so after that, what are they satisfying you with? What's the point of satisfaction? You get that real fast? Oh, that's the brother guy.
Yep. You go to the word that was
Satisfaction.
satisfied. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So now satisfied goes into to be gratified, contented. Right?
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction itself. I'm gonna put it satisfaction. Satisfaction, which is complete. I know that in Hebrew. But
the point's already
so it
fine,
says satisfaction, which is performance by penitent of an act forth by a priest.
By a priest. So these content creators are priests,
Well, you can see, like,
giving you
there's
content.
an older
That's really what content is, man.
They're giving you something.
They're giving you something. It's a form of
Atoning.
atonement, man. You know.
Low level witches.
Yeah, low level witches, man. You know, to put you in the like brother said, to put you in the spell like mindset,
Yeah,
to be hypnotized, man.
Yeah, because they influence you.
No other way Aiden Ross is getting a sit-down interview with Donald Trump. Excuse me.
Unless he can satiate the people for. You know, people are fucking, like you said, dumb eaters, man.
And then what did he do? He gifted Donald Trump a Cybertruck? Come on, bro.
Like Trump could have bought that shit himself,
Yeah,
man.
right.
You know? But it shows
And then it's cryptic. Because isn't Donald Trump lining himself with Elon Musk?
Yep.
And what's Elon Musk about? AI, this robot tech, Neuralink.
Which goes into Joe Rogan too,
Right.
Because they're all tied together.
Exactly.
You know?
It's just cryptic talk. It's all cryptic. It's all designed to push a certain agenda, whether you realize it or not.
Which is witchcraft.
Which is all a form of witchcraft, because they're telling you indirectly what they about. Sometimes they tell you directly, but a lot of times they indirectly tell you through the different things that they do what they about to do. This is why, if you ever watch the movie Branded, right? All of that is symbolism that links back to demonic entities, right? That we know is governing on behalf of the Edomites for the purpose of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to fulfill prophecy on the left-hand side. For the sake of what? Sifting out whom the undesirables are. When it comes to the elect of the nation of Israel, because the elect are not going to fall for that.
That's right.
I'm sorry, to separate the elect from the general Israelite. Excuse me, Slakia. And then, furthermore, to condemn the rest of the world.
That's right.
Because the Lord, like when you go into it, the Lord uses spirits to work on the minds of the people. And it's either a righteous entity working on your mind or a left-handed spirit or a demon working on your mind.
That's right.
Okay? Now we fight that fight every single day, but the Lord always allows his hopeful elect to be victorious. But for the general average person, they got legions of demons working on their mind every single day to think the way that they do, to behave the way that they do, and to operate the way that they do.
Well, that spirit, you said that, right? Because the influencer, that's why they push everybody to try to at least be an influencer.
Right. Because it's a left-handed influence. It's all inspired by left-handed energy or demons. Now, we can prove that easily. That's in 2 Kings.
That's right.
The Lord was holding a conference or a council, and he was trying to figure out who is going to be that lion spirit to set up Ahab and the prophets.
That's right.
To judge them. That's what it's all for. The Lord is setting these individuals up to lead you astray, to judge you one way or another.
That's right.
Whether you're going to be led to destruction or whether you're going to be led to salvation, the Lord is using divine influence to set you up for judgment.
The only way you're allowed to influence is if it's on the left-handed side. Because if you try to influence any type of righteousness or any type of, real influence righteously, they'll shut your shit down. So you can influence as long as on the left-handed side. They'll let your channel blow up as long as you're feeding the masses of people with bullshit and nonsense to completely, convert the people to wickedness. They don't.
Right. How do we know this? How do we know this? If a man goes online and starts complaining about society and women as a general thing, with no motive or intention, just listen, we got problems. We got to figure this thing out. He's getting canceled. He's getting shut down. A woman can get online and she can say the worst things about men and she'll get pushed through the algorithm. She'll get views, right? She'll get all of that, followers. She'll get promotion, right? No, we're not about that. We're not about that. We're not about that.
Brother, even death. The older black guy that was speaking against women, he got killed. Remember Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels, so even death.
Right. Which, it can be speculated, because I believe he had pre-existing heart conditions and he was jacking himself up with them goddamn Red Bulls. But it is speculated that, they got to. That could be true. We can't definitively say one way or the other, but it is strange. Because he was correcting the black woman a lot. And he was also calling out the black man a lot.
That's right.
He was bringing a sense of order to the chaos. So it is questionable, in the words of my man Kevin Samuels, at best. It's questionable at best. There were a lot of things going on there,
I'll say the reason why they got to stop that anyway, because
But remember, his videos are still circulating, and somebody, I don't know if it's a family member or whatever, an affiliate, they still not producing, but they recirculating his content. So, regardless, we know that even if they don't agree with the message, they will still use it to their benefit to cause division, chaos, and promote their narrative. But I see what you're saying. That's true, because we've seen a pattern where individuals who have, like John, remember John, Big John, MGTOW?
Oh yeah, MGTOW. Yeah. I remember
the military guy that used to smoke the cigar, and drink the whiskey. You don't see this guy at all. Well, he's dead. Coach Red Pill, they killed him. Alfonso Gonzalez, who spoke out against Ukraine. He was stuck in that country. They definitely killed that guy. There's no doubt in my mind they killed him. Because they held him. He had done like a few posts after that updating his situation, and then he was just gone for a few months, and then the next report you got was he was dead. They definitely took him out. For sure. Right? We see instances of that. For sure.
And so, me, and it just means to you guys, man, I believe why they really stopped that content specifically of that whole circle, because eventually it's going to lead you to the men of the Lord eventually.
Right, because they're the ones that are actually telling you the truth, and that masculine spirit essentially was taught beginning with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They were the ones that were actually promoting that masculine spirit based upon the Holy Scriptures. That's what matters.
That's right.
Because even those red pill guys, those MGTOW guys, the monk guys, the men advocate guys, they don't got it right, man. They don't got it right. They're like Coach Greg Adams. He's cool as fuck, overall he got a positive message, but he'll co-sign fucking with what the fuck is these motherfuckers into? Fucking with the damn like robots and like, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like fucking around. I forget. What's that? Yeah, the sex. They be advocating fucking with a sex doll. Like that's not right, bro. That's not right. That shit ain't right, bro. That's fucking off. Fucking with a sex doll or doing the virtual reality thing or what? That's fucking off as hell. That's off as hell. See, we get hard on the woman, right? But we never gonna tell you but fuck with a sex doll. That's fucking bullshit. Evil. That's weird. That's weird. Honestly, that's some weird shit. That's some weird shit. All right. We still gonna push the woman because we know that certain of these women, they gonna hear the message, they gonna get right, and they gonna get with the man of the Lord. Albeit the Spirit work it out that way, because we know women are gonna be saved through childbearing. We still push the fact that we need women because they're the balance to the men when they're in their right state. We're not gonna ever say no bullshit like that. Fuck with a sex doll and all that crazy shit. That's crazy shit. That don't even. That's. First of all, how you gonna procreate? How you gonna, you know what I mean? Be fruitful and multiply. So these guys, what we're saying is they don't got it right. So who got it right? Our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. They have it right. You know.
Some of these platforms they're pushing the Bible too. Because
right.
Another dude, the other one I was thinking about, Anton Daniels.
Yeah.
It's him, but he came up. Of course, he came up against, being an Israelite.
Right. Even Fresh and Fit, they had people submitting apocryphal scriptures and biblical scriptures on their podcast.
Oh, yeah,
on their comment board,
See,
the super chats.
It all leads back to the men of the Lord.
Right, because you got a lot of bug outs in Israel. They take a little bit of information, and that's as far as it goes for them. You know what I mean? And they want to be active in, they want to be active in other aspects of society as opposed to focusing on what's most important. Working out your salvation with fear and trembling.
That's right.
Forget all this other shit, man. It's about the dynamics of relationships, and the dynamic between men and women is about to drastically change. There ain't gonna be no chasing after a woman in the times we're coming into, man. And that's Isaiah 4:1. But look, if we get into that and the Spirit lead us into it, fine. But we just making mention of that as a side point. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 13:12. Start at verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Brother.
Basically, the Lord's going to punish, the wicked of our people, that wickedness in this land. But guess what? That's going to make the men of the Lord, because it's not just any man, it's a man of the Lord. Okay? All right, Israelite man. How about Shai of the elect? That's going to be made more precious than the fine gold of Ophir, which that was the finest gold you can possibly find. The greatest gold, so it's going to be more precious than the highest commodity on the planet, man. That's going to be a man of the Lord.
Very valuable.
That's right.
Yeah.
But man, you gotta have these, you got these wicked niggas, which these wicked niggas are influencers, right? They influence you to be gangsters, thugs, robbers, thieves, scammers, all that sort of stuff. You gotta get out of the way.
Promoting adultery. Like, look, there may be certain instances where you're not going to take a woman so seriously. All right? But to promote that as an ideal, as a general consensus, that's fucking wicked as hell. You're just going to cause that one to be an adulterer at the end of the day. We know that there's a lot of fickle and loose women, and there's a lot of women that are not meant to be taken seriously. But to promote that again as a general idea, that's fucking wicked.
That's right.
Pump it down.
You know, that just goes to show you the level of correction that the earth really needs, man.
I got another.
Every rap song is singing about basically fucking another man's wife,
Oh, yeah,
talking about stealing their girlfriend and stuff like that.
I
Stealing
can
their
take a bitch.
Yep.
Right.
I had your bitch last night.
Yeah. Like that's something to be proud of, man. And both don't you realize that that's an act condemnable unto death?
Yeah.
You know, both you and that woman should be put to death. But yeah, you promoting it like it's something to glory after. You don't realize that those words that you say and those actions that you do is gonna be used against you in the end time when the Lord comes to judge y'all.
Yo, you see a lot of videos right now circulating, like on YouTube Reels, where these women are literally talking to their current man while fucking.
With a dude, yeah.
Yeah, they
with
fucking
the
their
dude.
side dude or whatever.
Yeah, so it's showing you also how wicked, a lot of these wicked women
These
are.
women are
Because
fucking
Like dude, I think we might have brought this out a couple weeks ago. The woman called up her main dude to order her 2 meals.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah, that shit.
And the dude was like, "Why you need 2 meals?"
He said, "I'm with my friend."
Yeah.
He's like, the motherfucker on the phone was like, all right, cool. He's like, oh, get us Applebee's. She paused the phone. She's like, what do you want? Nigga was like, you give me anything. Wicked. Evil.
That's a grimy ass nigga too.
Oh yeah, that sex. OnlyFans and most of it.
Scientifically, when a woman sleeps with another man, like committed adultery, scientifically she can't bear by. Like her, like if she's a virgin, you sleep with her, her vagina won't feel because you lay with her. So scientifically she can't physically be with you.
Right. Well, when you physically pierce a woman, you mentally also imprint her as well.
Yep.
She becomes a female version of you. So what happens when she sleeps with one man and then another man and another man and another man? She basically becomes a makeup of all those different men. Which is why she cannot properly function like the brother's going into. She cannot have a sound relationship.
Multiple personalities.
Because she has different spirits on her by multiple different guys. Yep. Exactly. That's that, and that's the physical issue with it. The Lord straight up told you not to do it, but we understand for everything physical there's a spiritual part or aspect to it, and vice versa. So what makes sense why a woman should only have one man. Why a woman should only have one man. It makes total and perfect sense. Perfect sense. And a woman, remember, she don't normally give her body up until she gives herself over mentally and emotionally to that man. Because the way men and women love are actually different. Now you have weak men who will argue, no, I can't lay down with a woman that I don't really feel for. So I slag you for the theatrics. But they have a scarcity mindset. Meanwhile, this nigga been a bail male orbiter his whole entire life, stuck in the friend zone, just waiting for his opportunity to fuck that one bitch. Oh, man. Which is wicked in of itself. That's demonic as fuck. Anyway, men can actually love in a conditional way while also, and remember, men of status are actually capable of doing this. Men have the ability to take care of, men of status are capable of taking care of more than one woman. Right?
All men want it.
But all men want it, right? All men essentially want to have their multiple wives. And listen, we could destroy this fallacy of whether or not a man can have more than one woman on a carnal level very easily, but it is backed up by scripture, which is the main fundamental point of all of this. There's a law on if a man has more than one wife. How many babies can a woman hold at one time? Generally speaking.
Usually one.
One. Do you know that a man's refractory period is at about 15 minutes? Which means in 15 minutes, after busting his nut or seed in one woman, 15 minutes later he could do it again. And 15 minutes later he could do it again. 15 minutes later he could do it again. But each one of those women could only hold one child at a time.
For the exception of twins.
Well, that's why I said generally speaking. And even then, guess what? If that woman has one child or two children, and it's just y'all two, how stressful is that? But you introduced the idea. Well, why don't we get a housemaid, a babysitter? And she's like, wait a minute, are you trying to call me a bad mother? She'll start losing her mind. Well, wait a minute. What do you mean by that? Aren't you the one saying you can't keep up with the house? You can't keep up with this? And even though we both working at it, we both stressed out, why would we not introduce another individual to help you out? She'll start to make sense of it until you start to introduce the other side. Or until she starts thinking about the other side. Is it unlawful? No. When Jacob had his two wives, did they not come with handmaids? To which he laid down with both and got seed from them. So it's biblical. It's biblical before it's any carnal argument we can even possibly make. But it coincides with the spiritual. It coincides with the scriptures.
That's why Jake is always, I want you and your best friend.
And I can say too, that goes to show you that the nation, right, the 12 tribes, the 12 sons, although they had different mothers, it didn't really matter. They're all still part of the seed of Israel, the seed of Jacob.
Yes.
So like this whole like, oh, you're 50% this, 25% that. No, that's not how it goes. You're the seed of your father.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. My man got it.
So if your father lays down with multiple women, it doesn't really matter. You still have the seed of your father.
Yeah, brother, got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's
So essentially, we about to read where Jacob basically he had 4 women.
Yep.
He had 4 women.
His sons by all.
When did the Lord say, Jacob, you're going too far? You got too many women on your hands. Yep. That's not right, man. You're supposed to have one wife. That's never written. That was never said.
And the women were actually, listen,
They were taking care of each other. Now there was a sense of envy when they were not able to bear seed. But in the kingdom, that's not going to happen. And they're going to work together like it's supposed to be. All right? Okay, go ahead.
Let me get this before you bring that up, bro.
Before I go to
It says, Romans 7 verse 1. It says, know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law, how that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth. What's the law? The law is the volume of the book. We're speaking about the first 5 books. The law have the rulership of a man as long as he liveth.
Yes,
now
sir.
go into it.
Yeah. So, you got the whole history with, Laban.
As a matter of fact, we should get the law on if a man had 2 wives. Yep.
Oh, that's in
Deuteronomy.
Here go one right here too, though. Before you get that one.
Go ahead.
It says, Exodus 21:10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage.
See, this really appeals to you Israelites out there, you Israelite men. But there's a duty here. See, a lot of y'all can't even deal with one woman, let alone multiple. Excuse me. You know, there's actually a responsibility here, and a lot of y'all are not equipped to deal with even one woman. Y'all are fucking immature, man. Soon as things get hard, you're not able to balance and lead the relationship. Now, is it lawful for a man to have more than one woman? Yes. All right, but a man has a certain sense of responsibility and obligation, right? Because you have a lot of it's women by and large, but a lot of men are immature and irresponsible, careless and reckless. You know, because there is that side of it. A lot of y'all are effeminate. You're not really men. To be honest, y'all are really not men. But go ahead.
Exodus 21 verse 10.
Now for you women, does that take away from a man being able to have more than one wife? No, because he has the right to do so.
Yeah.
He has the right to do so.
What is trying to strip that right away from men?
Yep.
They have the authority to do so.
That's the American woman, man.
Yep.
Yep. This American woman.
Yeah, stay away from
me be.
Yeah, stay away from me.
Yeah.
That's right.
Exodus 21 verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, her duty of marriage shall not diminish.
Shall not diminish. Right. So you have there's a sense of duty there. Right. And when you come into a certain amount of wealth, right? A man of fortune, he can afford to take care of multiple women. We're not really in that position. Now, some men might have it like that. Some very rare and few. But you're still supposed to take care of those women, right?
That's right.
You're supposed to take care of those women.
Hey, could we just get that next one for the court system?
Yeah.
No, we gonna get it.
Oh,
But remember, and this is why there's an innate desire for a man to be the provider and the protector. Like a real man, when he's invested in the relationship, the first thing he wants to do is to ensure the stability in the home. And that comes in form of security and, substance. Like a man will literally defer to eat before his family.
That's right, yeah. Fine.
Straight up. Because remember, there was a certain point where men were hunter-gatherers. So a man will ensure the safety and well-being of his woman even over himself as an innate thing. But anyway, go ahead.
It says, verse 11. It says, and if he do not these three things,
And an actual man has the mindset to be able to do that.
That's right.
That it's not so much that he's just sacrificing, which he is. It's that he has the actual ability to actually do something like that. You look like you want to say something?
Yeah, it's just in the spirit, because the reason why America people in America look down upon it is because how America has so much sexualized everything. So everybody's thinking, oh, you just want another woman so you can just have sex. Well, duh. And the other one is more than that. You know, just dealing with a woman, having another woman is not just so I can just deal with her in a physical manner.
You're actually building something.
Yeah, there's responsibility and these things that come with these things. Now, the side effect to that, yeah, I can have some pleasure on the
Of
side.
course it's going to be a pleasure.
You know, but at the end of the day, they pick.
I'm supposed to fuck another girl and be miserable? Like, that's, come on, bro.
At the end of the day, basically what Esau has done has made men to adopt the mindset of a woman, because a woman is really worried about if another woman can appease, can be replaced, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the worry of a woman's mindset of another woman entering the relationship, is that, oh well, if I don't do enough, he can get rid of me. Well, if we were going to not abiding unto his will, he could get the bill of divorce and he gets sent back to your daddy.
If she will not have, she will not go and have her bill of divorce and let her go.
That's the only case. Other than that, just because he loves that woman more, he can't just get rid of you.
Right.
You know? So there's righteous ways of doing things. It's just Esau doesn't promote that.
Which means that you're still being taken care of.
Yeah, in this wicked world.
Yeah, you women will get with a guy that you think is your fucking, Prince Charming, and he'll treat you like shit. And you'll stay with him until you finally come to your senses and realize he wasn't the one for you, and then complain about it all over social media. But then you'll talk about a guy who wants more than one woman, and he had the means to actually take care of you and that other woman. But you can't see yourself in a situation like that, but you can be abused by the guy that you fell in love with.
Chad.
Yeah, Chad, Tyrone.
They don't give a fuck about you. Don't take care of you. Don't take care of his children. Which in the scripture it tells you a man that don't take care of his family is like an infidel.
Yeah,
he's basically a non-believer. You know.
And then you fall for the same guy over and over and over again and say all men are shit. Y'all living under delusion. But anyway, that goes back to the brother's point about Western society that's pushed that spirit that's out here right now. You know, if a man practices polygamy, all of a sudden he's the worst of society. Even if he has all his children and any other woman that might come after you, but yet you'll still opt to choose the worst parts of men in society, justify it, and then when you finally had enough, victimize yourself and get sympathy online.
Crazy.
So you women are a walking contradiction. Right.
Verse 11. And if he's
Why it's not set up for a woman to choose, and she shouldn't be in a position where she should be able to choose. The father chooses for her, and the marriage, generally speaking, is arranged. Because the man is going to, the father is going to seek out a man who is like unto him, and who is responsible and capable.
Easy transition.
Exactly. Because you're supposed to go really under the dominion of your father, which a lot of y'all grew up without fathers. Or a lot of y'all had fathers, but disowned your fathers because you were too busy listening to your wicked ass mother. And so you went not having a father figure, so therefore you don't know how to choose a companion. That's what it's really for you to choose. You don't know how to choose a significant other. All you have is what society taught you as a means to decide what you think is good for you, but to find out you're working against your own nature. Trying to claim dominance in a relationship and all that shit. Go ahead, Salaki. We're ranting. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And if he do not these three things unto her, then shall she go out free without money. So all that she taking half when y'all get divorced, y'all separate. It's wicked.
Yep. Alimony and child support and all kinds of
certain conditions. That's it. You cut off.
You came in with nothing, but you leave with everything.
Yeah, no, it's not the way it works. When you're in the mind of many, I take care of you. If you want to leave or you violate the boundaries, you're gone and you get nothing. You out of there.
What was that? What King David did to
Yeah.
what's her name? What was her name?
Just look it up. Don't try to guess.
It starts with an M. I just can never pronounce her name and stuff.
It's like female,
Right.
I always say Michelle by accident, but you know, basically what happened with her.
Like
oh, I always fuck it up, brother. You know, but it was Saul's daughter.
yeah.
You know.
Gone.
In the lamest terms, she got cut off from being in the presence of her man, and we know back then you better not step out.
My call.
Yeah. You know.
MICHAL.
And you say you better not step out, like, because today if McCall's in this society, you know, came back. So, what would she do? What would America push her to do?
Ridicule, mock, shame. Because a lot of women just shame men today. That's what's popular.
Yep.
And that's what she tried to do. She tried to shame her man.
Uh-huh.
Right? You expose yourself before the, you know?
Yep.
Talk shit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
A man can't be happy in this society. And the moment he shows a sense of stability and calmness and happiness, that woman is bitter.
Yep.
Bitter towards him.
You had online, because you said it's spirit, right, brother? You had online that women, it was like, what do you don't like in a man? And a bunch of women, the interview kept on going. Women was like, I just hate when a man's happy. I just hate when a man's smiling. What? You see how demonic that is? You know? That's
right.
Demonic, bro.
Right.
A man can't have happiness. You look at a man, he's smiling, and you get an instant, just a demon on you to fucking give that man hell. This is why we need salvation.
We need salvation.
I lie towards the evil towards thy
The wife of thy
husband.
bosom.
Yeah, in Deuteronomy. Their mind gonna be evil towards you. That's a curse that befall Israel. You know, for our disobedience. So, oh, that, like probably it's like yeah, because quiet.
It talks about a good wife is better than freaking riches or something, or
Ruby.
honorable thing.
There's only one woman I know in my family that she was a real humble, real, nice woman. And that man, my uncle, when I was seeing him, he said, "How do you in the world?" A man has a wife that's a demon. It literally is 3-4 times more than he actually is.
Quiet man. Quiet.
That's cool.
A wicked woman abated the courage.
That's yep.
Meaning to diminish the strength. And that's what these women in this society really do. They'll be having you messed up in the mind. You be doing everything for this woman. You be investing every part of you into this woman. And because she can't find contentment, because she's not happy with herself, she's not working on herself, she's not resolving any of her issues or trauma, she'll make your life a living fucking hell. And she'll push you to be miserable, and then she'll turn around and blame you for everything. She'll gaslight you. She'll interrupt your peace. She'll take away from you your energy. And here it is, you're fully committed and invested in the relationship, and she doesn't give any of herself, any of the things that she should be as per her part of the relationship. And turn around and blame you for why things aren't working out. All the while, she'll emotionally detach herself and not actually communicate. Women are always talking about how they communicate, and then they're never forward on what the issue is. They want to play fucking mind games with you. They want to move you from your center. Instead of sitting down and having a genuine conversation, hey, I would like to discuss this. Hey, no, they want to get a reaction out of you. They're more worried about getting a reaction out of you. When they get the reaction out of you, turn around and blame you for why things are gone sour. Why there's all this animosity in the relationship. Meanwhile, she's got a fucking work boyfriend. No, not right now. No, we're talking right now. No, we're not. We're out here to teach those who want to learn and who are going to stand there and listen. Are we teaching right now? Are we teaching right now? You don't just come up and interrupt the man in the speech. The ministers. The ones that you want an answer from. So let a man finish the speech, brother. Go ahead.
I got a scripture real fast. This is Sirach 25 and 23.
Man just thinks he's going to derail the whole show because he got a question. Go ahead.
It's a Sirach, also in Ecclesiastes 25 and 23. A wicked woman abateth the courage.
A wicked woman abateth the courage, meaning to diminish. All right? To destroy.
That's right.
That's what these women in this society do to a man. They take all his courage, confidence away by manipulation, specifically emotional manipulation. Because all the while she'll act innocent as hell. And she'll be working on your mind. And once she feels like she's conquered you, she'll move right on to the next guy. This is why it's better not to fall for no ultimatums. If she's talking about an ultimatum, you could dismiss her. Better to have your sanity and your peace than dwell with a woman who's trying to manipulate you the entire time. A lot of the Western women, that's exactly what they seem to do, because that's what modern feminism has taught them to do. They don't want co-partnership. They want domination. They want control. They don't want to work things out with you. They want only what they can gain from the relationship because they look at you as a fucking utility. Excuse my French.
Wait.
Oh, hold on. Was that it on that? Finish that, and we're gonna get to your question. You know, excuse me for being, you know, but go ahead.
It says, a wicked woman bait of the courage maketh a heavy countenance.
Make a heavy countenance. Bro, you don't have peace in your own home. There's nowhere you can go and really recharge. The woman is just constantly extracting your energy. The moment you come home, you already had a messed up day. And the moment you come in the door, you're already being challenged with all these different issues that she's supposed to be handling. And what does that do? It totally destroys you. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. And unfortunately, a lot of women thrive off the destruction of a man or of their man. They thrive off that. Their happiness is your misery. Correct. Go ahead.
It says, in a wounded heart, it says, a woman that will not comfort her husband.
Oh, what woman is really comforting their husband unless they're using it to their advantage to gain? A lot of women are not actually genuinely comforting their husband for the sake of motivating them and giving them a sense of confidence. Now you watch these different men's panels, Fresh and Fit, all these different shows, and a woman will be quick to say, well, I bring to the table confidence from a man. When he's going to endeavor something, I'm going to encourage him. I'm going to be in his corner. Then none of that unless it benefits them. Where are they in his weakest moments? When he's striving and he's genuinely still pushing, but he's going through a period where he's not successful, they're there fucking destroying you the whole time, like literally chanting you down. What's wrong with you? You can't think, what's wrong with you? You know? All the theatrics. Go ahead. What was that?
I said if he loses his job.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You ain't shit. What are you doing? Right? Bro, even with white women, even with white women, there was a situation where my stepmother was a friend of this white woman. They worked together. Her man was on his fucking deathbed. And she was already talking to another man before this guy passed. Meanwhile, what do you think she's doing when she's standing by his bedside? Baby, I love you, right? All that shit, trying to, but what's she doing it really for? Because in the back of her mind, she already secured somebody else. She's just waiting for this guy to die. A wicked woman that baited the courage.
Are they allowed to marry you for possession, like for wealth, though? Are women allowed to marry you for your wealth?
Is a woman allowed to marry you for your wealth? Well, let me say this. We were talking earlier, men were going to marry a woman based upon that woman's father, because he would arrange the marriage. Now, a father who cares about his daughter is not going to marry his daughter off to somebody who cannot take care of her.
Status issue.
Right.
Right there, brother.
Go ahead.
Elder, I did find that scripture too. When I say about the man, the way
what?
Cool. Weirdos, man.
Oh, I thought you talked about the dude in the Eagles hat. Yeah, I had to check him real quick because I don't know why Jake just think that they can. We were on a whole topic that they didn't even hear, and they all of a sudden got a question out of thin air. They just appear out of nowhere. Well, I question. Like this is like a dude. He came late to class, and the teacher's in the middle of his lesson.
Yeah, ask something.
Teacher, I got a question.
Yeah, and you already know what's relevant to what we're talking about because you weren't really here long enough to know what we're talking about.
Right, you get your ass back in the tent.
Yeah, you in math class, you want to ask a fucking question about English. Like, what are you doing? Trying to derail the whole fucking class.
A genuine question, he comes back with it, whatever, but man, we're not playing no fucking games with Jake, bro. Salakia.
And I got the answer to his question. Should a woman marry? First of all, a woman can't choose.
Well, that's what I was saying, yeah.
And no, you shouldn't just have a woman just for your wealth. That's stupid.
Right.
So it says
why?
right
Because but this society will give her the advantage to take it all away.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Go ahead, brother. Slide.
This is an answer to his question. He skirted off.
His feelings was hurt.
This is Proverbs 31:3. It says, "Give not thy strength unto woman." Woo! Yep. Exactly. That's what it means. Substance, strength, your wealth.
Yep.
You know.
That's right down to your wisdom, your knowledge, what you are about. It's not just physical wealth; it's mental wealth. Because a lot of the times, a woman wants to try to figure you out on what you give and divulge certain information about yourself. That's why it's better to stay aloof, especially if you're dealing with what you perceive to be a loose woman. Which a man shouldn't be dealing with a loose woman, but depending on your selective process, you might not find out until after the fact. Damn, this woman ain't shit. This woman might fuck my situation up. Which means you need to take even more precautionary measures and not really divulge any personal or any further information to this woman. So that strength could be literal physical riches or mental, right?
That's right.
What your plans are, what you're gonna do, what you plan to do. Because all the while that woman's plotting and scheming. Remember, we read about that in Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, that a woman's heart is snares and nets. Go ahead, brother.
Yep.
Continue on, Papa.
Yeah, just so you know, like, the outcome of lying down with a woman, is a potential of, having seed with that woman, and that woman could ruin your entire life. So, that power, the power of your time, the power of your money could easily just get transferred over to that wicked ass woman. The moment you have a child with that woman, many brothers get with wicked ass women. Many men. All right. Wicked ass women, and they got her for child support. They taking all the time away, no matter what it is, man. These women, they get that authority in this kingdom, man. In this kingdom, they get that authority. That authority is gifted to them. So you gotta be mindful of the woman you lay down with, and know, okay, if I have a kid by this woman, what's the outcome? You can rule out a lot of fucking women with that mindset. But go ahead, slug it. That's part of giving the power to women. Like, that you have your financial freedom, you have your regular freedom. The moment you have a baby by this woman, that can be stripped away from you.
And if I'm not mistaken, Slocky, brother, that was said by it said the king, his mother, I believe. It was said by his mother. So a woman gave him game up on shit. Don't give your strength to another woman.
Why? Because women know women the best. This is why a woman will say about a lot of other women, you are fake. That's code. A lot of women will call out other women for being fake. What are they saying when they say you're fake? They recognize all the same manipulative tactics that they've used.
So game recognized game, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that nigga created and shit.
Oh no, he's not. He found out he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But hey, that's it. Women recognize other women who are using the same tactics, which is why they're able to call them out. It's another reason why, like the brother said, women don't like other women. Because they see themselves in those women. All right? They see themselves in those women.
Yes, like it. Yeah. And a woman, she was
Self-hatred. Remember, women actually hate themselves in a lot of ways. That's why they're so self-destructive and agents of chaos.
That's right.
A lot of the times that they do things, they just project it. You see a woman's behavior, it's nothing more than a projection. Go ahead. Of themselves. Go ahead.
the weaker vessel.
Right.
So real quick, Sirach 25:19, all wickedness is but little or insignificant to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her.
Yeah, like that girl that ran that train the brother was talking about. What, 100? What's that, OnlyFans girl?
Yeah, that Edomite joint. She had 101 men. All around her, bro. That was like, yo, she was within a month. No,
it was less than that.
The schedule is insane. She said, I started at 7 p.m. and then finished at 11 p.m.
double. Shit, bitch works the double.
She worked at yeah.
And niggas on Twitter was like, man, that dude at the last had the worst of it all, man.
Well, a lot of these OnlyFans girls are whores for hire. Meetups, and for the right price, they'll fuck anybody. You know.
Yeah, like
We live in a society where whoredom is glorified.
Yeah, I hate how these bitches. I said it a couple weeks ago too. Like these bitches call themselves content creators and said, "Bro, you are a prostitute. You are an internet prostitute. You call yourself what you are, a fucking prostitute." Yeah. You ain't no fucking content creator and creating videos. And then a lot of these content creators or these internet whores are actually dudes that get dudes from women and then just they're behind the scenes.
Yeah, they resell them.
Yeah, resell them and they talking to you. Yeah, they talking to you, talking about blah blah blah, and meanwhile you're literally talking to a fucking dude.
Damn.
Damn, this place
Resell it.
finished.
Damn.
Yeah, all these damn fake ass profiles. Yeah, man. You gotta be fucking. You gotta be watching out who hitting up your DMs.
Yeah, you think you're sexing a woman? You're sexing another dude that's just using this bitch's pictures and
get your money.
Yep, it's a whole fucking business because like a dude can easily basically say, "Listen, I'm gonna buy your nudes, I'm gonna buy so many nudes from you." She gets paid for this whatever, and then she don't have to interact with these quote unquote creeps like they do behind the scenes, doing that. I think
we live in a society of perversity, man.
Yep.
This whole place is perverse, man.
Yep. But then on the point side, you actually have women that are on their own, their own managers like that, managing their accounts and doing all that shit, and basically exactly a prostitute, an internet prostitute.
Schwab boy, he returned.
Exactly.
So
Schwab boy, he returned.
They're ashamed to say what they really are. But that's all.
Yeah,
Must have not been that important.
It says, blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double.
Yeah, man. That's a blessing to have a woman that she has the godly behavior. All right, that's godly behavior which she gonna get from her man.
Yep. But society will teach you need a bad bitch with huge eyelashes, huge nails, big ass fucking weave. That's what society will tell you.
Well, that's a strong woman right there, right?
Hey.
No, that's a rebellious woman.
You see them women, they didn't even know where they was going. They all ran into it.
Yeah, that was a mistake, man. Yeah. I don't think you can do anything to make it smell good.
Literally like fucking shit.
That's because they've been rubbing on a horse ass.
That shit stinks. Is there anything? Because I never really dealt with a woman with weave and shit. Like, is there anything they can do that can make it smell good? Right.
And they don't wash it anyway. A lot of them don't wash that shit. And even if they fucking did, they gonna wash it just to smoke cigarettes, weed, spill all types of alcoholic shit on it. Get it all over themselves. They in the club, they with other nasty motherfuckers. What?
I didn't realize how dirty this shit is. That's like wearing the same underwear over and over again. Or the same t-shirt. Wearing it to bed, waking up with it, wearing it to bed, and you never washing it. And then when you get in the shower, you just cover it up with a damn bonnet. You basically cover it with a t-shirt, bonnet, and then you continue to wear that shirt, continue to sweat in it, continue to let grime get all in it, and then you go lay in bed with it. It's dirty, man.
That's why they be doing this on.
Yeah, that's the fucking head and shit.
Right. That's part of the curse, right?
Right. You're gonna lose the crown. Crown is right here. So they're like, oh, but baby here is that's fucking curse. The curses, man.
You see how offended a woman gets when she loses her weave or it's snatched off her head.
Yeah.
She embarrassed as fuck. That's not even your real hair.
Right. And it's not natural.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, yeah.
I've seen that. A woman that had her natural hair out. I mean, I was like, yo, sis, I like natural hair. She made a video. She's like, nah, I gotta go get a weave because the nigga told me I look nice.
Crazy.
Fucking ridiculous, bro.
They got demons on them. They got demons. Those are demons. These are demons.
I got a quick scripture real fast.
Yep.
This is advice to the men. This is Ecclesiastes 25 and 21.
Who's got precepts?
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire not her for pleasure. Because just because a woman looks good doesn't mean that she's actually valuable. You know?
That's the problem. That's the
Right.
problem.
Her looks
Like,
are not representative of her character.
that bad bitch, you know, is generally that like a physically more attractive looking bitch.
A lot of these women got makeup on.
Yep.
And they're none of that.
And
Once you start peeling off those layers of makeup, they're an entirely different person. They're an entirely different person, man.
Then you go to bed with Barbie and wake up with Kent.
That's disgusting.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I see some of that fucking makeup that them Moab and Ammon be doing. They be looking fucking crazy afterwards.
All these filters on.
Yep.
On the makeup, man.
Form of witchcraft.
They're trying to make themselves more appealing. You know?
Well, it tells you, because in the same chapter, it tells you, if I'm not mistaken, to not give yourself over to a light woman. So you're not supposed to choose a woman off of her beauty. Now, if she has beauty on top of her competence, then that cool. You know, you got a double-double. But you're really supposed to choose a woman on her ability to complete the things that you tell her to do.
Right. Her ability to follow your lead.
Yeah. Well, that's in a sense, yeah. You know, you tell her to do fucking something, she does it. You know, you choose. That's how you gotta choose a woman. And especially in these times that we're coming into, I remember brothers always say, you got a beautiful ass woman that's gonna get fucking turned away. Because I remember the brother in DC, he said, you gotta have women out here that might not look the greatest in the face, but their spirit is beautiful. Okay, and they're willing to do stuff for the men of the Lord, and the Lord's gonna have certain men take those.
Well,
women
get Isaiah 4:1.
It says it's gonna come out eventually.
Yeah.
You know, and those women, they're gonna get chose over a woman that might look like a fucking 10 in the face and body, but her fucking spirit is evil and shit, man.
Right, and you could discern if she was a 10, right? Guess what? She's a fucking demon.
Nah, yeah, 10 out of 10.
If she was a 10, she was a fucking demon.
On the inside.
The big tits, big round ass. You already know, yeah, you a demon.
Two demons.
And now all of a sudden you want to get right with the get right. Nah. You might just get dismissed. Her brother might just not find you. He might be pretty and still not find you attractive.
Yeah.
See right through you.
You might say something I don't like.
Yeah, something not right about you.
There's some ugly demons too out there, y'all.
Yeah, well, remember, the pretty girls got a lot of self-esteem issues, which is what drives them to do a lot of the wicked shit that they do. See, a woman that doesn't have, there's a saying in the world, a woman is as faithful as her options. A woman is not all that attractive and doesn't have many options. She's more likely, doesn't mean that it's always true, but she's more likely to be committed and faithful because she doesn't want to jeopardize the relationship that she has for something that might not be. She's not going to take that risk. A pretty woman, she's loose. She's always looking as if the grass is greener on the other side because she's got her looks as her way to lead her into other things. Because she's always getting validation, the water. She's always getting validated, right? The attention is what's driving her. So, more than likely, an attractive woman is going to be rejected. I'm not saying all y'all, but a lot of y'all, first of all, you're going to look like hell anyway. Because there ain't going to be no makeup. There ain't going to be no toiletries or feminine products. Food at the ready for you to be all dowdy and feminine.
Presentable.
Yeah. Like I used to think Tyra Banks at one time was good looking.
So you saw her forehead?
Until you seen her with no fucking makeup. She got dark eyes. Like, you know what I mean? She got dark ass fucking eyes and fucking puffy and like, what the fuck? Now I'm talking years ago. I don't mean what the fuck she looks like today. When she was in
Fresh Prince.
Right, when she was years ago, she she seemed attractive. And then I seen her the one time without no fucking makeup, and she was in the dressing room. I'm like, oh my god, what? That's Tyra Banks?
That's Tyra Banks.
Nah, she don't look right.
Oh shit.
Look, y'all can talk shit about men all you want to. Men don't get invested in their looks. Because they realize that's not what lands them a fucking woman. That only goes but so far. A woman wants a man who's going to be dominant and who's got a sense of confidence and who's got the ability to protect them. A fucking pretty boy don't got those qualities. Pretty boy gonna be worried about his fucking self when all hell breaks loose. They white knight for a moment. When she gets too hard, they're gonna be the first ones fucking running. That's why a lot of these motherfuckers end up getting knocked out. Alright?
Real shit.
And the men of the Lord, they are a certain quality of character. And that's why we read, a man shall be more precious than that of fine gold.
That's right.
The Lord is turning us into what real men are supposed to be, and the type of men that these other women are going to end up flocking to anyway. Oh, please don't show me that again.
Without the makeup.
Don't show me that again.
This one of them.
God.
That's one of them.
Gotta be some AI.
I'll show y'all some multiple ones.
Jeez, man.
She look like regular.
Now show her when she was good looking.
Dang. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a lot of y'all women.
The mid-90s.
What, like this, like the model shit? That's the model shit.
Not even before then. Even before then.
Hold on.
That's a little better.
You gotta look up early. You gotta type in early 90s.
Yeah, that's a little better.
But it shows you that the Lord is already stripping the tools of beauty in this place. Because before, you would never be able to see a woman would be afraid to come out the crib looking like that.
Yeah.
But now they have no choice.
And that's another thing about y'all women. Y'all talk all this shit about a man. Y'all can't come out here in your right. You can't come out here
in your birthday suit.
Yeah, yoga pants, ass out. You always gotta put.
You can't come out here with all those extras and additives and enhancements. You can't come out here like that. A man can come out here looking the way he does and be chilling. Y'all women got to come out here with everything that is not you or completely artificial. Go ahead. So let's get into these scripts. You got a picture of it again? Don't show that other one. Don't show that another one. Don't show that. We might get the stream shut off.
Yeah, I know, man.
If you do that.
But this is regular Tyra Banks, young Banks.
Yeah, she has some beauty.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Nice little, man.
You look at a little shorty like, man, okay.
You look like she can hang out with you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. She be listening, You tell her, you into music. You an artist. You have become an artist. She can chill, listen, give her little feedback and stuff like that. But go ahead. Move on. Let's go. Okay, come on.
It says, Isaiah 4:1, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread, wear our own apparel, only let us be called by thy name and take away our reproach. And then number 7 means so we can be 2, 7, or 700, you know what I'm saying? But they all going to take care of you. They all going to find a way to please that Israelite man. And let me say this, that Israelite man not going to be cool and right with the dreads and the do-rags. No, it's going to be the man of Yakalba Page.
Correct. Can the brother read that in the NLT?
Yeah, I was about to get in.
Okay, come. All right, go ahead.
Let's see. What was
Whatever
that?
comes first. Right, and that's before the kingdom. All right, that's before the kingdom, as our elder apostles already pointed out. That is before the kingdom. A lot of these women are going to come onto us in these last days. Because why? Because they're going to try to seek refuge.
I got it in G&T real fast.
NLT?
Yeah.
You want the NLT or GNT?
No, you get the GNT. Go ahead.
All right, this is GNT, Isaiah 4:1. It says, when that time comes, 7 women will grab hold of one man and say, we can feed and clothe ourselves, but please.
Right, remember, the attitude right now is, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
What are you going to do for me? Women get with a man just so she can get a free meal. Hundreds of dollars worth of free meals. They only going out with a motherfucker so she can get a free meal. Where you taking me tonight?
If you ain't getting a second date, she'll pay for a meal. Yep.
And then you tell her you taking her to the local joint and she giving you a hard time.
Yep, exactly.
Mind you, they got some good ass food.
Bills due. I need you to pay it.
Right. Oh yeah. You can only get with what was your salary? What are you making? How much money you got? How tall are you? No, here's this woman's whole mindset change. We will be ourselves. We'll take care of all that. Just so let us, right?
Yep. It says we can feed and clothe ourselves, but please let us say you are our husband.
Wow.
So that we won't have to endure the shame of being unmarried.
Whoa. Because what happens if you're unmarried? You don't have no covering.
That's right.
She shall be saved in childbearing. These other men are going to get to you, tearing you up in more ways than one.
If you're not married, you're free for the taking.
Yeah, look to movies like the Book of Eli. What were they doing to that woman in the very beginning opening scenes? They were using her as bait. But what do you think they were doing when she wasn't being used as bait?
Use and abuse, man.
She was basically a bed wench. Oh, shit, they would. Hey, and I'm not, and no in uncertain terms, but her holes for the taking, man. Yep. Because then remember, I think there was this part where he caught on, and then she started to beg him. He wasn't having it, and he didn't do nothing to her, but he killed all the men. And I'm not talking about.
She's like, can I come with you?
No. I'm not talking about the main characters. I'm talking about the woman in the opening scene that was looking like shit.
Yeah. Smelling like shit. Too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not talking about what the hell is this? What the hell is this girl's name, man? From that 70s show. Why can't I think of her name? Mila Kunis. The one. I'm not talking about her. But her too.
Damn, she was in that movie. Damn, yeah, I forgot about that.
But her too.
Yeah, she's talking about the girl right in the beginning, and he chops the dude's arm off because he already knew that bitch was, whatever.
He's going to start out calling. He said, I can smell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of the movies show that what was that? The movie not the one with damn, what's that guy's name? Oh man. Where there was like a whole open flame and the girl was acting like she would needed help and then they stole like the gas and stuff like that from the car. What was it? Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Yep. What the hell was it? Forrest Whitaker. Forrest Whitaker. Yeah, that guy was in the movie, and they basically like they did that. And then I believe the road. I believe there was another situation where the woman played like victim, and it was like, but it was like they were working together. Like it was a bunch of men working together using the woman as bait to for entrapment.
Oh, remember Bushwick? Remember the woman had a boyfriend. He went up the steps. So I was like, what was that noise? He comes back down, burnt to the
yeah.
And then that woman latches onto the main character, which is Batista.
Yep.
And shit. And eventually, like you see over time, she's low-key falling in love with this dude because he's protecting her the whole time. Yeah, he's like nah. He's like my wife.
Yeah, which is crazy. But that's a mindset. Really, like we ain't gonna be in that day. We ain't gonna be really worried about fucking with women. Yeah, women are like we're gonna be focused on like we gotta make sure we're right for the Lord. Because because everything's gonna be all chaos, man.
Trying to survive, bro.
Yeah, trying to survive. Yeah, that's it. Yep, how it ends. Yep.
Yeah, one of the main characters in the same one plays I guess 7 in the movie Divergent. Is he in there too? When he plays as the boyfriend?
Yeah, I think so.
He plays as the boyfriend? Yeah. I forget his name too. I think he's like a British actor or some shit.
He's talking about the one he gets all jealous at the end or something like that. They kill the dude or they try to kill him.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It could be the same. Nevertheless. But what we got?
NLT.
Yeah, Baba Kushai. Whatever precepts we have, we're gonna read and we're gonna close.
Yeah, Isaiah 4:1 in the NLT. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, "Let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name, so we won't be mocked as an old maids."
Yeah, old maids without having a man.
So there's gonna be young women too, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. It absolutely is going to. Yeah. Yeah, nobody gonna desire. First of all, if you an old woman, especially if you're not in the faith, nobody gonna desire you. They don't want that ridicule, because you're as good as dead.
Dead weight, man.
Yeah.
I got one. This is a Second Ezra, chapter 16. I'm gonna start at verse 33. It says, "The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands."
Yeah, a lot of men are gonna get drafted into that world war.
That's right.
Right, but a lot of men are gonna perish on this side through the different means of the sword.
That's right. It says, "The daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars, the bridegrooms shall be destroyed.
There it is. Yeah.
And their husbands shall perish of famine." Because that's another thing that's coming is a famine, a lack of food, bread and water. But the Lord made a promise unto his men that he was going to feed them. So if that means who has the food? The men of the Lord. So you're gonna have the women gonna have to come to the men of the Lord for resources anyway. At the end of the day,
right? Remember, like a wicked woman, like in the movie The Road, the opening scene was she didn't see no hope or no way of surviving, so her only solution was to commit suicide.
Yeah.
And she wanted basically all of them to kill themselves. And when the man wouldn't do it, she walked out and left. So you're gonna see a lot of those types of scenarios happen for those that don't have faith.
Well, the Lord said that, but on the flip side, the Lord said they shall seek death and not find it.
Right.
So.
Right. She probably went out. It would have been better probably for her to bite, the bullet, so to speak, because when she left, who knows what she was susceptible to.
Exactly. Yep.
So a lot of that movie had to deal with cannibalism and other forms of judgment, especially cannibalism.
It's crazy. Jump up real fast in the spirit. This is verse 19. It says, "Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent with scourges for a members."
So we warning you Israelites of the things that are to come. You Israelites are your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, but we're specifically speaking to the elect. This is not for your average Israelite. You might fit the characteristic of a so-called Negro, a so-called Latino, and a so-called Native American, but we're specifically speaking on to those who believe. All right? And if you believe in the message, then more than likely you might be of the elect.
Right.
It is for you to work out your salvation with fear and trembling.
That's right.
Okay? We're not out here. We might be entertaining at times and all of that, but the reality, because we have fun with this thing, but at the end of the day, the message is what's most important. And whether or not you're, abiding in it, changing your way, repenting, working out your salvation, adjusting. And the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son is Yahweh, which is the name of the Heavenly Father, Bahashem, which means in the name, and then Yahweh Shai, which is the only begotten Son that sitteth at the right hand. So when we opened the show, brothers gave all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Well, those are the true names of the power of the nation of Israel. And those are the only names in which we have been given whereby we must be saved. So for anybody wondering, since we're mentioning all the perils and the dangers and the judgments and all the hell that's about to come, what's the relief? How are we going to be saved? How are we going to be protected? Through those names and through that power. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. If you believe, and first and foremost, if you're an Israelite and if you're of the elect.
Right.
Hold on, brother, hold on. Were we finished on that one precept?
Yeah, we was on Isaiah 4:1 in the new.
All right, we
NLT.
did finish that. Yeah. So we read it both to you in the KJV, GNT, and NLT.
That's right.
And it was straightforward. Go ahead.
Just
yeah, and we'll come with what you got.
Because just to wrap up what you said in spirit, this is a promise from Yahweh Shemel Shai to his elect. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 74. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved," which in Hebrew is Dawadah, which is the house of David. Okay, the elect. It says, "Save Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Behold, the days of trouble are at hand."
Like days of trouble are at hand.
That's right.
Right, we are already in them. It's just that things are going to be progressively worse each passing day and month. This place doesn't have very long.
That's right.
We're in the very latter end of the prophecies. Go ahead.
It says,
what prophecy like it? We're in the very latter end of the prophecies.
That's right.
What prophecies? The prophecy concerning the mandation of the microchip, which is going to ultimately bring forward that World War III, which is ultimately going to bring forth both the destruction of Great Babylon or Mystery Babylon the Great, aka America, and the salvation of the elect of the nation of Israel, beginning with the 144,000, which the greatest deliverance is going to happen here in this side, in America.
That's right.
All right, now is there going to be a deliverance throughout the world? Yes. And how do we know that? Matthews 24, 30, and 31, where the Lord will gather together his elect from the four winds.
That's right.
But we're in those final stages of those last few prophecies. And leading up to those last few prophecies, you're going to have a breakdown of the financial sector. You're going to have a breakdown of economics. You're going to have a breakdown of civility. All right? In society as a whole. You're going to see more and more things happen. Things are going to divulge into chaos, man. Like, for instance, I was coming back from a route this morning and I sent these brothers a message where traffic was for a while at a standstill. When I finally got to see what happened, it was at least a 3-4 car incident. And the one in the very middle, and the brothers can attest to this, I'm not making this up.
The only thing left was
it was like a car frame left. Just the frame of a car. You couldn't make out nothing besides its frame. As a matter of fact,
it was burnt. It ain't look burnt.
Yeah, no, it was tore up. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull it up for y'all.
It's like the only thing left of a human skeleton, but for a car.
See if you can make that out. Hold on. Okay, I got that's in the middle.
A little bit up.
You snapshot that yourself?
Yep, here we go.
Yep.
Wow. It exploded.
Looking.
And there was at least 3 other 4 cars. If any of those other cars made it, they're in fatal condition. The one in the middle,
they gotta be dead.
They're through.
The crazy thing is, I was trying to look up the news report on it. I couldn't find anything on it, but
not yet.
They'll come up in a day.
They might be investigating.
Not yet.
So-called. And about my point, why am I bringing that up? Is because we're at a point where you can only speculate that might have been road. You don't know what the hell. But more of those types of situations are happening in a more of an abundance. With stuff like that's happening, whether it's through road rage or somebody just messing up. Right? There is no real consideration for nobody out here. And that's the scriptures where it says the love of many shall wax cold.
Actually, I was trying to look up what might have happened, and there were like I found something that happened in New Jersey where a guy was driving down the wrong side of the road and smashed into a bus and like injured and killed a bunch of people. So like, You know, you
got that
yeah.
spirits,
Different demons are out here, but judgment as a whole is what's out here.
That's right.
Like I told y'all before, I see stuff like that regularly. That's not even a surprise. That's just like, damn. Right? Here we go again. And brothers who drive know what I'm talking about. Brothers who drive know what I'm talking about. That's not even like, that's like a regular week.
That's the appetizer.
Yeah, like it's normal now to see something like that. My only words on the video, brothers clicked the video, I said, yep, dead. That's the only thing I said. I said, yep, dead.
Person cooked alive.
Yeah.
What?
But hey, that's the time that we're living in now. Great, terrible judgments from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And specifically, you Israelites, because I guarantee you, in them vehicles of the Israelites, I just have a feeling. I speak as a man, but in the spirit, I guarantee you, it was some nigga in that fucking shit, man. Burn the fuck up. But anyway, go ahead. What we got?
The last of it says, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same.
So guess what? For the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, the Lord's going to deliver us out of these troubles. From famine, from pestilence, from the different plagues, from different forms of the sword, from the hour of temptation, from our darkest hour. And the Lord going to preserve us and keep a level of integrity on us that even if we are to perish, we're still going to please Him and ultimately receive those consolations, that glory. And that's what we're ultimately after, Lord's will. So that's the hope, that's the good news. You know? But we know that these things are necessary. Because the earth is in dire need of major correction from all this wickedness that's going on. Hey, y'all, that's so, you got something you want to say?
No, that was it.
All right. Anything else? Okay.
It's Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe.
So we continually pushing that vibration of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai because that's our saving grace.
That's right.
That's the name that was given unto us whereby we must be saved.
That's right.
You got to call on that name every single day.
Oh, damn right.
Multiple times a day and as much as you're able to. Because that's just the times that we're really living in, man. And it's crazy when I saw that because the only thing that came to my mind was not too long before then, maybe 20 to 30 minutes before then, I prayed for safe travels and I prayed for all the brothers for safe travels. So to come into that traffic and then to see that, it's like, wow. And the reality is, as I was coming on that scene, first responders were actually just getting there. So I'm assuming, but it probably was within a short period where that all transpired. It wasn't that long. Because 2 fire trucks were blazing past the standstill traffic and police. So they were still showing up on scene. That's the power of prayer.
That's right.
There's no telling what the Lord's technically preserving us from, you know, in these different instances. That's what I believe. You know? Go ahead.
This is the day of the Lord. This is Joel chapter 2 verse 30. And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth.
Right, the righteous that the brother read, I just want to mention this one thing, Salakia. The righteous that runneth into and are saved. The righteous are a representation of the elect, because only the elect are going to truly believe on the names of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, pray on those names, and ultimately be in that safe place. Go ahead. Because not everybody even believes on the name. We break it down to you. It's broken down. There's several videos on this. So if you don't have the faith to believe, that's between you and the Most High. But to be caught without that name within you and to believe, you know, you a dead man or woman walking, essentially.
you really in the congregation of the dead if you don't have the belief in those true names. Go ahead.
And I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of Yahweh come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call...
Right. And guess what? There are signs in the heavens. We're seeing a lot of signs in the heavens. Wasn't there just, as a matter of fact, in Pennsylvania, you saw the Northern Lights like not too long ago. Yeah. You don't normally typically see something like that.
No, that's extremely rare.
Extremely rare. Then I think we just had a super moon. I believe there might even have been an eclipse not too long ago. All within the same period, like consecutively. Back to back to back to back. Right? So there's signs in the heavens.
It says, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come.
So these signs are going to be there as a signification for where we're at in prophecy. It was all going to happen before the Lord comes. Right? And we know that the Lord's about to make a second coming because he necessarily didn't tell us when, which is true, he technically did not, but he gave us signs. So we were aware of the season in which he would come. Would he be prepared to come? Because even the Son of Man, Yahushua, he don't know. But we know we in that time period because of all the signs, the things that are happening in the heavens, and the things that are happening here on earth. Go ahead. Right? So call on the name of the Lord. It's only going to be the elect. Only those are going to be the ones that can classify as the whosoever when you get down to it, because only they have faith to believe in the true names of the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You got people that understand the Tetragrammaton can't understand the name of Yahweh. Or that the name of Yahushua means he says, but then they have another interpretation or pronunciation for the name.
Then it said you can call it anything.
But then, right, and then you got other groups, that say you can call them anything. Okay? Go ahead.
Yep.
So whosoever shall call on the name, go ahead. That's how important the name is. And it's a recurring theme throughout the Holy Scriptures on the importance of the name. So if it's one thing that you get, at least get that. Because that's what's going to open up everything else if you truly believe. That's fundamental and it's foundational when it comes to the truth, when it comes to your walk.
It says that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord
shall be delivered. The Hebrew word, like, where you at?
232.
Get the word for call. Yeah, get the word for call.
Yeah. I get it now.
Yeah.
It's the Hebrew word korah, which means to call out, recite, read, cry out,
recite.
proclaim.
Yeah. Yep. Repetition. Remember, pray in of itself means to beg. We constantly begging Yahweh Shemel Shai every single day to be protected, to be hedged, to be delivered, to hopefully be a part of that 144,000 for our families to make up that other multitude that they'll be delivered, right? That will be sustained in these times. We recite it. We repetitively call on the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai, just reaffirming that faith in those names. Because we need it. We are in need of a Savior. Is there anything else on that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It says that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, shall be delivered.
Be delivered. Go ahead.
For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance.
Because deliverance is only for the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect.
And that's whosoever shall call. I mean, that's
correct.
That's who we're talking about.
Yeah, ye men of Israel, hear these words.
That's right.
Now, remember, Israel is the chosen nation, but out of that chosen nation, there will be an elect. Right?
Yep, the Heart just confirmed it. It said be. Yep.
Right. As a matter of fact, go from there real quick. Revelation 17 and 14, and we'll end on that. I believe it's Revelation 17 and 14.
Oh, yes, yeah. We finish off on
Okay,
this.
con. Yep.
It says, "For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord hath said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call."
Remnant, the remaining. Right? Read that last part, Bible Kashah. One more time.
It says, "For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord Yahweh shall have said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call."
And in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. Right?
Yep.
Now, the remnant in whom the Lord shall call. The remnant is the remaining. Those are the ones who did not bow the knee to Baal. Those are the ones that we're going to read about in Revelation 17, 14. I'm going to let the scripture speak. As man, call. That's crazy that it said that. Revelation 17, 14.
Revelation 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
Yeah, Yahushua is going to overcome all of the Edomites and the enemies who are going to fight up against him. Because there are going to be the other nations that are going to try to fight up against the Lord and the angels, right? That's what that war in heaven's about. It's not the spiritual demon Satan. It's the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, which is the Edomites. And the other nations that are going to join themselves onto the Edomites to try to fight Yahushua and the angels as a way to try to prevent the Lord from reigning over on the earth. And they're going to get miserably wiped out. Go ahead, read that again.
It says, Revelation 17, verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them.
So Yahushua is going to overcome all dominions, all rulerships, all kingdoms, all nations. To destroy their armies and their different capabilities, their weapons. Go ahead.
For he is the Lord of lords.
He's the Lord of lords. Remember, nothing is done but by the sanctioning of the Heavenly Father through his Son. The Most High gave the dominion over to his Son. So everything is purposefully and rightfully orchestrated according to his will. And so we're at the fall of this place. So they will not be successful in leading and controlling the world anymore. That's what we're seeing, the downfall. And it's all going to culminate in World War III, where Yahushua is going to be sent forth and totally destroy this place with that pure fire, and simultaneously the elect of the nation of Israel are going to be delivered. Primarily here in America, they're going to go up into the chariots. But the elect from the four corners of the world are going to be delivered collectively. Go on.
And King of Kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
They that are called, right? Because the brother just read those that he calls, right?
Yep.
Well, remember, we have a calling, right? Many are called, but few are chosen. So you have to have the calling. Read it again.
It says, and they that are with him are called.
So they were called, go ahead.
And chosen.
But they were chosen from the foundations of the world, which means that they were predestinated and they were found written in the book of life, and they were ultimately delivered because they continued in the things that pleased Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and received that ultimate consolation. Go on.
And faithful.
And they were faithful, which faithful means what?
Fidelity.
What?
I'm a wine.
You said fidelity.
Yep.
Fidelity.
Yep.
Right? So they stay committed, because this essentially is a commitment. This is why, even though the men who might be put on trial, the men who might be martyrs or beheaded, they're still going to receive their consolation as being the elect and being the first ones risen and receiving those new bodies. Because the Lord put his spirit on those men to be those witnesses and examples. All right? See, the world, the thing about the world is they could talk all the fucking shit that they want to, and they're not willing to die for their cause. Watch how quick fickle, weak-ass niggas will change when hell starts breaking loose. Right now, they can talk all the shit that they fucking want. They got money coming into their account. They're fucking with different bitches. They're fucking going to the different convenience stores. They're smoking weed. They're getting, trying to have all the convenience that they want. So they could fucking stand there and they could sit behind the computer. They could talk as much shit as they want. And watch how quick a nigga that don't stand for shit will fucking change. The men of Yakalba Page, they're willing to die for what they believe in. Go ahead.
That was it, huh?
So, hey, look, Yakalba Page got his elect. That's who this message is for. We're not interested in entertaining somebody who thinks that they got something fucking smart to say. We're not interested in dealing with smart asses and people that want to just run their fucking mouth. We're interested in those who believe. If you believe, we'll answer your question. If you're honest and sincere and there's some integrity inside of you, we're going to deal with you. All right? We're not dealing with nobody else. This thing is for the elect. With that, we hope you are edified. We're going to say Panya Hakwadam, which means face the east. We're going to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, in whom we learn this truth from through the power of the Holy Spirit. And shalom to all of the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.